All right, custom exhaust time. Issue we're running into is this V-band flange is hitting the steering shaft, and this downpipe that I bought from Facebook Marketplace, once you line it up with this, it's nowhere close. It's also hitting the steering flange or the steering shaft, and it's hitting the firewall back up here. So I think what the issue is maybe I bought this off Facebook Marketplace, so I think the guy, maybe he had an HX35 with a V-band outlet flange as opposed to the regular flange, like the 5-bolt flange. I don't know. But the remedy, I think, is going to be, I took this flange off and just made it this, lined this up with the back of the turbo. And it looks like if I cut the welds here for this pipe and here for the flange, I'll be able to weld this pipe right onto this flange, and if I index it properly, I think I'll be okay. So that's what I'm gonna start doing. All right, so I got this little flange cut off of the flange, and I've got this 3-inch flange cut off the downpipe. So now I'm gonna bolt this back up loosely, close, and just finger tight, and see if I can index the pipe on the flange coming out the back. See if I can make some marks on it, and then tack it, and then pop it back in, weld it, and check fitting it. All right, you can kind of tell where I cut the flange off. You can see how close it is to the steering shaft, or how close it was. So it'd be very hard to put the, even if it was welded right, it'd be hard to put it on there with the V-band clamp. So I cut that off. Also cut off the flange on this downpipe I had. So if I align it like this, it doesn't look too bad. It actually looks pretty good. So I'm gonna make some marks on this, run a couple tacks, and then test fit it again. All right, get this indexed. Got some magnets on it. Zap it a couple times and test fit it again and see what it looks like. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 tacks on there. All right, so after the tacks, we still got a little bit of movement in the flange and bolts, but we clear the steering shaft and we clear the frame. And I don't know if you can tell, but it looks like it's in a good position, headed straight back that way. So I'm gonna weld it the rest of the way. All right, got the flange all welded up. I welded a 3-inch V-band flange to the back end and a 3-inch V-band clamp flange to this just straight pipe. I'm gonna end up just dumping it real quick just for now. But I did want to get this piece of straight pipe in to put the O2 sensor in, because I don't think this location is any good. Everything that I've read says that it needs to be, I think, 18 to 36 inches after the turbo, and then it has to be 10 degrees above horizontal and 15 degrees to the left or right of vertical. So you don't want it sticking straight down, and you don't want it sticking directly at a right angle or anywhere below that underneath, because of the condensation and everything in the exhaust. So this probably wouldn't be too good. All right, real quick, just a little visual. Everything I saw said to mount the O2 sensor anywhere between 18 to 32 inches behind the turbo flange. So it just so happens that this wire is just about 32 inches long, and then 18 inches is right about here. So if we measure this like this, 18 is right about there, and then 32 is right about here, somewhere in this range. So let's see, maybe 6 or 7 inches behind this flange. So this, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna mount the other bung right in this area. I am going to mount this downpipe back to the back of the turbo, just to get an idea, make sure that it's not going to be hitting like the transmission, or if I go down another inch, I'll have a lot of room and mount in the wrong spot. So let me put this back on right now. All right, it's not looking too bad. We got the flange there, down pipe, other bung, 3-inch V-band to this straight pipe, and then it looks like we're all clear on this side for O2 sensors. We could even face it, 45 degrees up, coming, out around like, somewhere up in this area. I think anywhere above 90 and below straight vertical is where you want it, and it looks like we got plenty of room. So I'm just gonna make a little mark right back here, right below the speed sensor, and weld in that bung and call it a night. All right, O2 sensor is in. All I gotta do is put the little down pipe on there. But bung all cut and welded. The lead to the wire goes right here, and then we got plenty of leftover that goes up into that firewall. So I'll probably just end up coiling it up right here or something.